Hello, today I would like to talk about Vinland Saga. 1, because I love Vinland Saga. 2, because it's Vinland Saga and why not? Okay, so the reason why I want to talk about it though is because currently Makoto Yukimura, who is the creator of Vinland Saga, he's like on this press tour right now or something. He's coming everywhere except for Dallas. He was just in New York and I didn't get to see him. He is currently in France because there is a Vinland Saga exposition. I'm so happy for them. Anyway, he had this interview recently, and I'm just gonna read it to you guys, and I just thought it was so cool. Basically, it's his perspective on the theme of forgiveness within Vinland Saga. So he said, I thought if I could tell a story and make it resonate with my readers, perhaps it would be my way of contributing to pacifying the world. Now, I'm on this whole, thing about how important storytelling is and how storytelling really has the power to impact people, society, the world to be better, and why it's so important to, when you make stories, you really understand what you're putting out into the world. Because are you just creating stuff to put more hate and violence and mistrust and all this bad stuff in there, or are you doing it for good? I'm not saying what you should do, but I'm saying if you had to pick one, there's a better option. He said, I approached the Bible out of personal interest rather than religious conviction. I found its message of love and forgiveness truly remarkable. I believe that the spread of Christianity at the time may have helped ease the warrior mindset. So, circling back to his little thing about Christianity, and this is what's so tough. Christianity has amazing teachings about love, forgiveness, community, and all this stuff. It just gets ruined by people who take the Bible and use it for their own evil purposes. I'm so sure God is sitting up in heaven and he's like, I did not tell you guys to say hate gay people, or I did not tell you guys to say what is going on. So that's why being able to take things from the Bible and apply them to your life is, I feel very important, because there's some bangers in there. You just got to read them. I have the Bible app. Sometimes they'll give me a quote from the Bible and I'll be like, oh my god, who wrote this? Kudos. Fortunately, I have never experienced a situation that would prevent me from forgiving someone who has wronged me, so I had to put myself in someone else's shoes. One of his characters, spoiler alert, sorta, one of his characters healed her family, or let me just say it from his words. What could be more terrifying than seeing your father murdered before your eyes? And what could be more extraordinary than coming to forgive the murderer of your own father? Now, we have to remember, this is fiction. And so, of course, of course, you take things with a grain of salt, and of course, the process of forgiveness is not that easy. But the way that Yukimura writes out forgiveness and writes down these emotions, it's not just oh, I forgive you. Oh, I forgive you. No, Hild was I'm gonna kill Thorfinn. Oh, I'm actually gonna watch you to make sure that you're a good person, and if you haven't changed, I'm going to kill you. I like the way that he does it. And then when we finally get that whole Hild is I forgive you, blah blah this and that. It's just wow, how cool. So, I decided to portray Thorfinn as someone extremely violent, bloodthirsty, who over time transforms and manages not only to forgive those who have harmed him, but also to receive that forgiveness. I thought that if I could tell such a story and make it resonate with my readers, perhaps it would be my way of contributing to pacifying the world, or at least to changing the mentality regarding this subject. I feel that the world today needs this notion of forgiveness more than ever, as it is often misunderstood or even scorned. That's my goal! Oh my god! I love Vinland Saga so much. Forgiveness is a tough topic to talk about, because it's how are you gonna tell me that I need to forgive someone who did me wrong? Well, I can't tell you what to do, but if I was in your body and I would make you do something, it might be because what are the positive things that can come from forgiveness? And what are the negative things that can come from forgiveness? Let's start with the negative. What bad thing could possibly come from you forgiving someone? And I'm sure there are things that people can think of oh, well, if I forgive this person for doing me wrong, then I'm just a lowlife, or not a lowlife. I don't want to say someone might think that, but that's not necessarily true, because if you reframe the way you think, forgiveness is more up here than it is down here. I don't know, man. This is a very more nuanced conversation that I want to have. that I'm going to have, because I have a podcast. Actually, oh wow, this is actually a great segue. Now that we're here, I have a podcast. It used to be Between the Storylines, but now I'm changing it to The Power of Storytelling. It's essentially the same thing, but I really want to talk about things like this because, like I said, storytelling has such an amazing power. It is such an amazing tool. And just like in Vinland Saga, there's so many people that I know that have read Vinland Saga and they're like, oh yeah, I feel this way, or this made me think this way. I have no enemies, banger. Become a true warrior, banger. Like, these are concepts and thoughts that can help you change, to make you look into yourself, look around the world and be like, you know what? I think something can change here. Anyway, that was my rant. Thanks for listening. Bye.